Every morning presents a blank canvas, yet most people spend their days repeating the same automatic loop. We wake up, check our phones, and commute, feeling exhausted before the day has truly begun. When we observe high achievers, we often credit their success to extraordinary talent or sudden leaps of effort, both the result of the same mechanism: microscopic choices repeated every single day. Most people fail to maintain good habits because they treat discipline like a brute force exercise. They wake up early and fight their own feelings, draining a finite battery of energy until, usually by Wednesday, the system runs dry. Escaping this trap requires moving away from force. Success comes from building an operating system of frictionless daily actions that make progress feel natural. The first tier is the internal engine. Changing your output requires you to first calibrate how your mind processes adversity. Gratitude serves as a specific mind training exercise. When you identify a precise success, like a friend who provided feedback yesterday, you suppress the brain's defensive, stress-driven reflexes. This mental calm allows for a shift in problem solving. A proactive mind replaces the victim-focused "why is this happening to me?" with a targeted "what can I learn?" This logic creates the gap. Instead of seeing a limitation as a permanent fact, you view it as a temporary space between your current skill level and your goal, a space that can be bridged with practice. Jack Ma applied this when he was repeatedly rejected from Harvard. He treated those rejections as raw data, showing him exactly where his current abilities ended and where his growth needed to begin. Reframing rejection as information converts failure into fuel. This perspective removes the emotional weight of making mistakes, allowing you to iterate faster. The second tier involves executional systems. These practical frameworks are designed to function independently of your daily motivation levels. Discipline thrives on environment design. If you want to study English, you leave the learning app open on your phone before you sleep. You remove the friction of the first step, so that starting requires zero conscious thought. Time management follows a similar logic through the one important task rule. You identify the single action that moves your life forward and complete it before checking emails or social media. This chart compares a jagged line of inconsistent effort against a smooth line of daily inputs. A $10 savings habit prioritizes control over the total balance, ensuring it remains steady as income grows. The math is undeniable. A 10-minute daily commitment scales into thousands of new ideas over a decade. These systems succeed because they require almost zero willpower to initiate. They allow natural momentum to handle the heavy lifting. The final tier is the external network, which governs how your optimized self interacts with others. People follow those who make them feel understood. To build that trust, effective communicators use a 2-second pause after someone finishes talking to process the underlying meaning rather than just preparing a response. Authentic relationship building requires investing time before a need arises. You offer support or share a thank you when there is no immediate favor to ask. External influence thrives on making others feel valued. Real connections last because they are built on mutual respect rather than transactional networking. Warning tone. Attempting to implement this entire operating system tomorrow morning will lead to immediate failure. Use the rule of one. Pick a single micro-action and scale it down until it feels too easy to skip. Once you cross the 30-day threshold, the action hardens into a permanent habit. At that point, the behavior no longer requires conscious effort. Your future identity is constructed by the frictionless choices you begin making today. Every small decision brings you one step closer to the person you intend to become. Drop a comment below with your thoughts, hit subscribe, and share this video to make sure you see the next installment.